Welcome to Music Theory for Rappers. This will teach you everything you need to know about bars and beats and stuff like that in order to make your raps better and have more flow to them. The first thing you need to understand in order to make your raps is that in order to make any music really, is that musical time is different from chronological time. Chronological time is measured by something like a watch or a calendar, and it's counted in hours, days, seconds, stuff like that. This system of time is useful because all of the units last a defined amount of time. A second always lasts a certain amount of time. An hour usually always lasts the same amount of time, and so on for all the different units. But for musical time, that system does not work because some pieces of music, as you know from your experience, some pieces of music are slow and other pieces of music are fast. So in order to organize musical time, instead you change the rate at which these units, like an hour or a second, you change the rate at which they come so that the length of these musical measurements of time, like beats and bars, which is what we'll get to next, they will last a different amount of chronological time, but always from one beat to the next, from beat to beat, or even across songs, from one song to the next, the beat will always be the same unit of musical time. So, musical time, as I just brought them up before, musical time is measured in beats. A beat is a musical duration of time. It either gets an accent which is weak or strong. Beats are found in all music. You can find them everywhere and anywhere. Rap music, classical music, all Western music, African drum patterns, South American drum patterns, everywhere. It is the building block around which music is defined. This is different from the beat of a song, which is everything that is behind a rapper. You know, like if there are pianos, if there are drums back there. Sometimes people call that the beat, which is everything besides the rapper. In order not to get these two terms confused, I would say production for the music, the backing music to a rapper, just to avoid confusion. Now, as I said before, the rate at which a beat comes is called tempo. And a tempo describes how fast or slow a piece of music is, expressed in the number of beats that occur in a minute, also called BPM. So as I was saying, beats and bars always stay the same length of time, but the rate changes at which they come, which isn't true for seconds and hours. They're always the same rate. So tempo is described in BPM, also known as beats per minute. Now, beats themselves are the building blocks, but beats together form something called bars. A bar is another musical length of time, which is 4 beats added together. This is true for, I would say 95% of rap music has 4 beats per bar, and we won't get into the exceptions right now. So just like beats are always even from one beat to the next and across songs, bars are always even as well, from one part of the rap song to the next, and from one rap song to the next. So as I said, a bar has 4 beats. So there is beat 1, beat 2, beat 3, and beat 4. Now beats 1 and 3 get a strong accent. Beats 2 and 4 get a weak accent. This is important to know because you have to know how the backing drum system works. If you count your beats, which is what we'll go over in a minute, how to count beats, you will see that on beats 1 and 3, almost without fail in rap music, we'll get the bass kick, that low kicking sound, which you'll get an example of. And the snare goes on beats 2 and 4. This reflects the basic setup of a bar of rap music. We will then get into, a syncopated flow or a syncopation is when musical events occur heavily off the bar, which rap does. Rap is largely syncopated. And so, to clear up more confusion, flow is then the musical and textual structure of a rap that comes from the interaction between a rapper's words and rhythms. So, I keep talking about beats and how they're measured. let's see how you count beats, which is really important for where you start making your rap, because all musical events in a song, in any piece of music, are organized, can be placed somewhere within the bar. They all occur like that. So let's go over how to count beats. Alright, so as I said, all of the beats in a piece of music are always all even. So when you're trying to count beats, that is the most important thing to think of. I'm also going to count off bars. So when I tap on the left, that is beat 1, and that marks the start of a new bar. When I've completed my 4th tap total on the right, because there are always 4 beats to a bar, that will mark off a bar. So what we're going to do is count the beats to 5 different songs, 5 of the most famous in rap, and the first one is Notorious B.I.G.'s Hypnotize. Get the feel of the beat. The next song is Tupac's Changes, which I'm going to give you a different view so you can see that right when my hand is touching the computer, touching the ground, you can see that my fingers are making contact at the exact moment that the beat starts.
Come on. I see no changes. Wake up in the morning and I ask myself, it's like worth living, should I blast myself? I'm tired of being poor and even worse, I'm black, my stomach hurts, so I'm looking for a person to snatch. Cops give a damn about a Negro. Pull a trigger, kill a nigga, he's a hero. Get it back to the kids who the hell cares. One less hungry mouth on the welfare.
Next is the start of Eric B. and Rakim's I Ain't No Joke. So first, I'm going to take a second to get a feel for how the beat is, and then I'll start counting it.
I ain't no joke. I used to let the mic smoke. Now I slam it when I'm gonna make sure it's broke. When I'm going, no one gets on, cause I won't let nobody press up and mess up the scene I said. I like to see God show.
Alright, so you can see that all of them are even, and I'm counting off the bars and beats. So next is Kanye's Jesus Walks.
God show me the way because the devil's trying to break me down. You know what the Midwest is? Young and restless, but restless. Might snatch your necklace, the next thing might jack your Lexus. Somebody tell these who Kanye West is.
Listen to those again, count along the beats with me, and just see if you can count how many beats I count off in each one, and how many bars I count off at each one, and which I will put the answers in the link with the handout, just a quick summary of what a beat is, what a bar is, and all those things. So our final one is Protect Your Neck from Wu-Tang. So that's how you count beats and bars. So my advice now is in order to keep improving your sense of rhythm, is every rap song that you listen to, count along to the beats in your head. You don't have to do it with your hand. What I usually do is just nod my head. So do that, and I've also included 10 songs that are in increasing difficulty for you, just as reference points for you, that starts out really easy, gets harder from there, and then the final song is hard. It's still hard for me to do. It's a Kendrick Lamar song. So that's Music Theory for Rappers, and good luck. My name is Martin Connor. My blog is The Composer's Corner. You can find a lot of rap analysis there. You don't have to know music theory to understand it. So just check it out and drop me a comment if you want. Thanks.